Today I figured I'd do a different type of video. So I'm going to tell you about these times I almost died when I was a kid. So the first time, well, I guess it goes back farther than that. So the earliest I remember almost dying, and it was like a partial memory because I was so little. I remember being small enough where I had to crawl through this trailer hallway. Now, some of you older people might remember the old metal trailer steps that was all rickety and dangerous and stuff. Well, this trailer had those because I found out the hard way. Because I guess I was pushing against a door to stand up, and it come open. And I remember tumbling down the stairs on my head and landing right next to a car tire that was peeling out. I don't know if that actually happened or not, or part of it happened, but I remember having the sensation of gravel on me, and I remember feeling massive pain for like the first time. All right. And then the other time, I remember almost dying. I was probably 6 or 7, and like I said, we got like a quarter-mile driveway. And so I used to run down that driveway, changing my play shoes real quick, because Mom was a stickler on that, and put my books away. And then I would run down, and there was kind of like where these two hills met. It come up beside like where the interstate was, so there's a big page wire fence there. And there's kind of like a little cliffy outcropping, and then probably, I don't know how many feet drop to the bottom of the driveway. So I don't know why I thought this was a good idea, but I would run down to where I could reach it, and I'd run up, and I would monkey swing on that page wire fence, land on that little ledge, and I had this little sapling I had bent over, like a little rope, and then I would monkey swing down the hill. Then like every day for like close to a year or something. Never fell once, never even slipped once. Didn't think none of it, you know. Mom caught me one day though. She said, "Don't do that, you're gonna break your neck." And then like where we live back in the country, and it's a little different time back then, you know, it was a whole lot safer. So she went to the store, and I remember being old enough to where I was like, well, she can't tell me what to do because I've done this I've done this for, at that time, like a quarter of my life, And so I went to go do it again. And I remember having that feeling of messing up because like whenever I went to go jump off the cliff and grab the hold of that page wire fence, I remember instead of me grabbing it, my fingers just brushed off of it. And I bounced off the fence on that little ledge, and then I went to try to go grab that sapling, and I missed. And I ping-ponged all down every tree on the way down and flipped across the driveway and landed in the yard. And I remember being all curled up, about to die. And Mom was one of those, that you really had to obey. If you disobeyed, no matter what, if you was hurt or not, you get punished. And I remember she pulled back up in the car at that time. She said, "Get off the ground," and said, "You're going to get your clothes all dirty and stuff." And I remember going around the corner of the house and just like rocking back and forth and crying, until I healed up enough to go back inside. I thought I was dead because the whole time I was tumbling down the hill, the Mom's words were in my head. "You're going to break your neck." I thought I was a goner, So that's one of the times I almost died. There was a time either right after that or right before that too. Another thing Mom always told me, and it seemed like to me, I would always do stuff and nothing would happen to me until she said something about it. So she had this old Nova, and this old clunker and stuff. And I would always lean against the car door. I don't even know if it had seat belts. That's how old it was, because back in those days, seat belts weren't mandatory. And she said, "Don't lean on that." She said, "You'll fall out the door." And I was like, I've been leaning on it the whole time, because I just, leaned back on the little armrest there. She went to go take a turn out of the driveway. I went tumbling out into the gravel. And in my mind, now, she says it's different, but it seemed like to me she went awful far before she pulled over, And I know she noticed that door flopping, But it seemed like to me like she drove a mile before she pulled over. I remember I had this little lime green coat, because back in the late 70s, early 80s, man, that was a popular color, almost like kind of like a washed out army fatigue color. I remember I put a hole in it right on my elbow because I landed hard. Well, hope you enjoyed my almost dead stories.